Today I'm going to start with a story, something that happened some times ago last year. So I entered into this danfo bus and I was just seated minding my business, and there was this girl sitting in front of me. She wasn't resting her back on the back seat, right? My hand was on top of that flat iron on that back seat. Now, she was not resting her back, so there was no contact between her and myself. So because I was actually watching a movie on my phone, for every time the bus tried to, maybe enter into a pothole, I readjust myself. And after a while, because it wasn't comfortable for me, right? So I just left and I just sat down properly. But then we entered into this traffic, and the traffic was so mad. Excuse my French. So I decided to just, rest on that same iron, and then let's see how it goes. And after a while, I decided to just, because I wasn't feeling comfortable, I stood up back. And immediately I stood up, I heard the girl shouting and saying, "Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me?" At first, I didn't understand it because I knew that I was not touching her. I did not even touch her, so I didn't pay attention. And then she turned back and looked at me and kept shouting, "Why are you touching me? Are you trying to molest me?" And at that point, I lost my cool. Me wey be say the traffic already done it hit my head. Now so my brain think was like, hold up. Who is touching who? Who is molesting who? And then she began to rant. She started saying things like, "I don't know what is wrong with you, men. That is how husbands will be raping their wife. Men will be molesting children." And she started saying all sorts. Now, I was really pissed off because it was in a public bus and everybody started looking at us some type of way. And I need to defend myself because I literally did not touch, let alone molest this girl. And we live in a world whereby before you know it, somebody don't bring out phone, they don't capture, they don't put out on social media. And then you are left with the whole world and the whole world start to decide what not. So I was speaking from a place of anger as I was defending myself like, look, I did not in any way touch you. You can ask the people around, they can testify that I did not touch you. Fortunately for me, or should I say, as luck will have it, the lady that was sitting next beside me now spoke up and said, calm down, she did not touch you, and all of that. And then the lady was also telling me to calm down, but I said, I'm not going to calm down because the implication of what she's saying will not make me calm down. How can she open her mouth and accuse me of, molesting her in the bus when I did not? It was a back and forth conversation. She just kept on ranting. And after I felt like I have defended myself enough that everybody in the bus know that I did not touch her and I did not do anything to her, then I kept quiet. And that was how, she kept ranting and I didn't say anything until I got to my destination. I left the bus and everybody went home. But then I got home. And I started thinking about the whole situation. I started thinking about the whole incident because it was funny. But as I was thinking about it, something deeper hit me. This girl didn't just start shouting like that for no reason. Something must have triggered it. At first, I was just angry. But the more I thought about it, the more I felt sorry for her. Because something about her reaction was not normal. There was a fear in her voice. The way she kept repeating things like husband raping their wives, she said it multiple times, and that just made me pause. Why would this girl be saying something like this? Because people don't usually say things like that at random. That kind of anger usually comes from somewhere. Either she experienced something herself, or someone close to her did, or she has simply lived in a world where women constantly have to protect themselves. And that led me to a bigger question. Guys, what exactly is our problem? Like seriously, why is it so difficult for some men to behave like human beings in public? Because let's not pretend like we don't see it. You go to Yaba market, you see those boys pulling girls, touching them, dragging them just to come and buy clothes and making disgusting comments. We have seen videos online of men inside buses trying to touch female passengers with one hand while they are pretending to drive with the other hand. And these things happen often enough. And guess what? Women stop trusting men completely. Even the innocent one, people like me. So when a woman reacts aggressively, sometimes she's not reacting to you personally. She's reacting to years of accumulated fear, years of experience, years of hearing stories, years of protecting herself. And that's where things become complicated. Because on one hand, false accusations are very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. A single accusation can destroy someone's reputation instantly. But on the other hand, the fear women live with is also very real. Two realities existing at the same time. And the society hasn't really figured out how to deal with both. But let me speak directly to the men that are listening. Even if you are a good guy, even if you have never touched a woman inappropriately in your life, you still have to think about something. Your presence, your awareness, your behavior in a shared space. Because sometimes safety isn't just about avoiding crime. It is about awareness, understanding how your action might be perceived, understanding the environment you are in, understanding that many women walk through life with a defensive mindset because they have had to protect themselves constantly. And the sad thing is, the men who behave badly create problems for the rest of us. One man's bad behavior creates suspicions for 10 innocent men. The bus ride taught me something. Fear travels, trauma travels, experiences travel, and sometimes they show up in moments where they don't even belong. And that day, I happened to be the person standing in front of someone else's fear. It wasn't fair, but it was real. And maybe the deeper question is this: how do we build a society where women feel safe, and the innocent men don't have to fear the force of accusation? That balance is difficult. But if we don't start asking the question, we will never find the answer. This has been the Nova Frequency. Remember, think deeper and listen differently.